Hey guys, you're gonna love this one. Okay, so I went to bed last night. Well, for the past week or so, I've had a bunch of lessons. Stupid lessons, not really good ones. Nothing to write about. No attacks or anything. I was in St. Lucian the whole week, and Christ that owns there, runs the show. He's giving me test after test after test after test, dream after dream, 3 a night, but they're all stupid, and I think I passed them all. And anyway, yesterday the science guys came down and took samples and everything. You know what that's about. They took my neck brace away for a while. It really pissed me off. I've been fighting with them for 2 days. I never got in trouble though. It was less. I wasn't abusing people as much as I usually do over stuff like that. Guess I'm getting used to it. But I always fight back. I don't care no matter what. Anyway, that was the other day, like 3 days ago, 2 days ago. They did the testing on me and all that. It drove me nuts. Last night, I went to bed, and I'm going to say that. Last night, I went to bed, and they duct taped me down to a table, or strapped me down. It's a vest that tightens the table. It's like a strap, like a harness for, like, you know, when you do rappelling or rock climbing, you got the vest and it's hooked on the back or hooked on the front, and you bzzz. It's sort of like that, but it's a black strap thing. It goes around your arms and they tighten it to the table, and that's how I sleep. If they think I'm vulnerable or something, when I go to bed at night, I can't go flying off and have fun, so I'm strapped to this table. So when I'm strapped to this table, I'm hooked up to Christ. My wife's coming in my face going, the kids are here, and Christ's here, and then the looky-loos are coming, and I just lay on this fucking table and lose my mind, right? So that's what I was doing last night. And I said, I fucking had it. I've had it. So I got out. Usually I don't care. If it's quiet, I can deal with it. But if they're coming in me and doing all this, and 2 days ago I went to bed in Christendom for one night. 3 days ago, I went to bed absolutely silent. Now I don't know what the difference is between Christendom and St. Lucian, but there's a lot of difference. And I've been telling Jesus that I want to go back, and he won't let me go back. I'm not done here yet. I'm like, great. I go, can you make it quiet, you know? Because I want to go back to Christendom so I can sleep with all the fucking noise. Anyway, got through that. I got through that last night. I took off. I said, I'm leaving if I'm quiet. And I said, I'm going to the moon. So I started taking off. I had to let go of everything, just let it slide off me. All the Christ control, my wife, everybody, just let them all go. And I started flying to the moon. So I've been going up for a long time. And also Christ, he reaches out with his spirit grabbers or whatever they are, his will. Because I'm in Christ, so I'm part of Christ's energy. So he starts sucking me back, right? He's sucking me back. And I slipstreamed him, where I just like let it go and then I take off again. And then that's what I call it in my head, a slipstream. I just slip out. And then there's another one where he's got me, he's pulling me down, and all of a sudden, as he's pulling me, I shift and I put my blocker up, my root chakra, and I'm taking off like a rocket. It just does the opposite. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm doing that. I finally get up to where I think I'm in outside orbit. I never make it to the moon, but I'm outside orbit, and I'm looking at the Earth that's passing by like a satellite. I'm just laying there and it's nice and quiet. It's nice and quiet. And then, so I start going up further and I'm going higher and higher. And all of a sudden it comes into this like creamy vibe. And all of a sudden, I'm in this creamy world, but I can still see the earth. But I'm in this creamy dimensional place. And it's sort of like creamy color. I don't know how to say it. But you can still see everything, but it's creamy color. And I can tell I'm in this certain vibration of something. Never been here before. I don't know what it is. So I'm laying there, and I'm laying there in my bed. I'm awake in my head, and I'm laying there, and everything that came out of my subconscious came right back in my face as a visual in the creamy color, and that blew me away. It just blew me away. Everything I thought about, and I wasn't thinking it. It was just popping out of my head. It was coming out of my head and going, bow, 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 but I could feel it coming out of me. Really weird. People, places, all these things, interactions and stuff, like the visuals are just wow. There's so many I couldn't remember. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't remember who they were, what it was about. And then, as that happened, I got out of that. I went higher, and I left the creamy place, because the visuals were too much. I couldn't get any sleep. I didn't hear anything. They were just visuals. So I left that. I came out. I'm above. I came out of that, and I'm above the earth like a satellite again. And I just willed myself up a bed, made a bed, and laid down. I sat there on the side of the bed watching the earth roll by, nice and quiet, and I started to fall asleep. Right? And then, as soon as I started to fall asleep, Christ goes, I got him. Starts pulling me back. I'm like, oh, fuck. And I'm so tired. I just want to sleep. So Christ is pulling me back. And I'm like, oh, shut up. So I jumped off the bed and went like a rocket right down to him, saving the effort. And then I get down there, and he don't tie me down. He's watching me, and I'm running around this big place in St. Lucian. I'm a little kid, and I'm like 12 years old or something. And I fall asleep for like an hour, I think. Then I wake up, and I'm running around, I'm playing, I'm waking up, and I'm in a dream, but I'm awake here. Well, no, I'm dreaming. Half and half, I think. And I got this bag of Doritos, and I'm a little kid, I'm like 12 years old. 12, 13. I got half a bag of Doritos, and I'm like, they're mine, right? And cheese Doritos, nachos. And I'm running around downstairs, and I come, and there's these people trying to catch me, but I'm running around in the basement of this huge place. It's huge, it's all wooden and tons of stuff in here. And I'm running around, they can't catch me, right? They can't catch me. And I'm running around my Doritos, and there's two people trying to catch me. And anyway, I come to this big barrel, and I stop, and I open up the lid on it, and there's like white powder with little gold flakes in it, in different colors. Yeah, it's like a white powder with little gold flakes in it. And then there's a staircase going up, and I walked up the staircase, and I looked over and had my hand here, and I thought it was like gold flakes. I thought it was a big barrel, like a big whiskey barrel, or a beer barrel, or whiskey, and it was full of white powder and little gold flakes. And I'm like, gold, it's gold, right? And I'm like, someone's stashing gold, I got their gold. And I thought, oh, I got their gold, right? And so I come up the stairs real quiet, because I know these guys are looking for me. And I look out, and there's a big, giant wooden church auditorium. It's a wooden church, it's an auditorium, and there's a whole bunch of people mingling around. I'm looking at them all. And then I dropped my Dorito bag at the bottom of the stairs. And I'm like, oh no, right? I'm like, oh no. And they go, Rich, come here. And then everybody, I walk over to Jesus. Christ is there. And I walk over and I go, yeah, what's going on? And he goes, welcome. He goes, welcome to the party. I'm like, a party? Come on. I like parties. And so I go, hold on. I found a barrel of gold. And Jesus goes, you found a barrel of gold? And I'm like, I found a barrel of gold. It's at the bottom of the stairs beside my Doritos bag. And I go, I dropped my Doritos bag. I go, I need my Doritos bag. And I go, come on, you gotta go check it out. So everybody, I run downstairs. I go, it's at the bottom of the stairs near beside my Doritos bag. I dropped my Doritos bag. I go look and see. So security guard goes down there, and he's got a blue jacket on with stripes, and it looks like a cop jacket, but he's got shorts on. So he runs down there, and I hear Jesus say, "That's not gold." I go, "What is it?" And he goes, "It's candy cane mix." And I go, "What do you mean candy cane mix?" And he goes, "Well, I make candy canes, and that's the mix for it." I'm like, "Oh, that's not gold?" And he goes, "No, you crazy kid." I go, "There's gold flakes in it." And he goes, "Yeah, gold flakes in the candy cane." And I'm like, "Oh, jeez." I thought it was just like a powder on top, but all the big nuggets were at the bottom of the barrel. I don't know. I go, "Hey, can you grab my Doritos?" He didn't. I go, "I'm a cop. I'm a Dorito getter." So I ran downstairs to grab my Doritos. I come back up, and I'm coming up the stairs. And all of a sudden, Christ is screaming as I'm coming. So he goes, "Rich, I'm under arrest. I'm like, "What?" I'm sitting there eating my Doritos. They say, Christ goes, "They're accusing me that I abused you." I go, "What?" He goes, "They're accusing me that I abused you." And I go, "They are?" I'm thinking back, when did he abuse me? I'm trying to figure it out. And I go, maybe it was that thing just when I went to bed, where he pissed me off. And he goes, "I'm going to jail." And all of a sudden he goes, "Tell him what happened. Tell him the truth." Like he was way over there. There's cops holding him. He's handcuffed. And all of a sudden he's right here. "Tell him." He goes, just tell him the truth." And I'm like, "Okay." And I go, I'm thinking the only thing I got is what happened to me this morning when I went to the moon. And I go, and they go, "Richard, what happened?" And I'm the big judge guy goes, "Richard, what happened?" And I'm like, "Well, Jesus was just doing whatever he does. I didn't like it. I escaped and went to the moon and went to sleep because it's nice and quiet. There ain't no people around yelling at me." And everybody, and then I go, "I don't know if Jesus did right or wrong, but Jesus is doing what he always does. And I guess that's all I know." I'm like a 12-year-old kid eating my Doritos in front of this judge. That's what I said to him. And all of a sudden he goes, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." And the judge goes, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." I don't know what the fuck, a bunch of legal words. And they let Christ go. And everybody's going, "Yay!" And he goes, "Richard, I just want to thank you for telling the truth." And I'm like, "Okay." Can I go to sleep now? Where's quiet? And he goes, "No, you're joining the party." I go, "What party?" And he goes, "Your party." And he goes, "You're an honorary member of St. Lucian." And I go, "I am?" And he goes, "Yep." And there are all these people lined up in chairs and pews. And they're all clapping, "Yeah!" And I'm up on the stage with Christ and the judge and a bunch of cops sitting there eating my Doritos. I'm like, yeah. And then they gave me this thing around my neck. It was like a celebration for me being a good guy. And then, what else happened there? So all that, and then they came and then this guy, then the big blesser came, and he did the blessings on you. So I'm standing there beside Christ, and Christ is like got his hand on my head, and I don't know, I can barely hear, and I'm awake, I'm laying in bed watching this, and I'm just eating my Doritos. Christ got his hand, and he goes, "Kneel down on one knee," and I'm like, I kneel down. And he goes, "Bow your head." And I go, "What?" He goes, "Bow." He goes like that. He just makes me bow. And then the guy goes, blah, 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 sprinkles me some head water. and then I get up, I stand up, and then I kneel down and bend over like 4 times, and the guy does a holy water splash, and they're christening me again. That's what it was. And then they gave me, I got these necklaces and stuff. Oh, when I was up, I forgot this part. When I was up in the creamy space above the earth, creamy Christ layer, whatever it is, this head popped out of nowhere. It said, this guy just came out of nowhere and said, my wife wants to thank you for what you've done. And he goes, this is hers. And it was a Jewish star with writing on it. It was a gold Jewish star with writing on it. I'm going, and had all these little things on it. I'm like, thank you. And he just disappeared, and here I am. So I put it around my neck, and I knew it was really important. I had no fucking idea. I have no idea where that came from. Okay, flip back. I'm getting blessed, or christened, or blessed, one or the other, I don't know. There's so many things. Everybody's clapping. Everybody's sitting there going, yeah. You know, I'm like a 12-year-old kid going, yeah, this is fun. And then I go, is it done yet? And they got, I'm like, got all these little trinkets, like souvenirs and things, and trinkets and necklaces, and I'm just giving them to my wife, and she's gonna put them in storage with my armor and stuff. I don't know what to do with it. Anyway, I know it's really important. And all of a sudden, Christ goes, I go, are we done? Can I go to sleep now? And he goes, no, you can't go to sleep. We're just getting started. And he goes, there's someone here who wants to meet you. I'm like, really? I go, is it St. Lucian? And he goes, no, it's not St. Lucian. And I go, who is it? And he goes, it's Hare Krishna's. I'm like, what? He goes, Hare Krishna's here, wants to meet you. He's impressed with what you've done in your life. And I'm like, he is? And he goes, yep. And he wants to meet you. And all of a sudden, the doors open up on the side, and this parade starts coming through. There's 2 lines of Hare Krishnas with tambourines. They come walking out. 2 lines of Hare Krishnas, and they're all in gold, and they're all bald, and they got the incenses going, and I'm like, you know, just like at the fucking airport, man, I swear to God. And they're all coming out, they're all like, and I go, I'm thinking, what's that band, Cream? I think I want to hear Cream or something, you know. In the white room with black curtains. And anyway, these guys are coming out, and they're all in lines, and they got animals with them, and they got their incense going in their heads and everything. It's fucking awesome, man. And they're all out there, and they all come out and they line up, and out comes this Hare Krishna. He's being carried on this big platform in this big chair by his people. And I'm like, and then he gets off the chair, comes over, and shakes this guy. He's just a bald-headed guy. Looks like all the other guys, but he has more get-up on. And he's just joy and love. And he comes, and he comes over. He blesses me, but I didn't have to bow or anything. But I did. I bowed to him like that. And I go, and he did that to me, and he blessed me. And I go, I bless you too. I'm just a little kid, you know. They took my Doritos away, and so I'm freaking out, and so everybody's standing around, and he does some important things to me, touching me and stuff, and then all of a sudden he gets done that, and he says a bunch of stuff, and then I'm looking at all the gold people, the bald-headed gold people, with all the incense coming up. I'm like, wow, right? Hare Krishna, and I got blessed by Hare Krishna. So there you go. And then Hare Krishna. I don't know. I call him Hare Krishna, like hair. That's all. I don't know nothing. Anyway, anything else on that? What happened today? I've seen him at the airport before. Believe it or not, I saw him at the Vancouver airport. And anyway, I thought it was like Buddhist at first, but it wasn't the Buddhist. He gives me a bunch of cool stuff. I go, I got nothing to give you but some Doritos. To Hare Krishna. I'm like, sorry, man, I don't got nothing to give. And he's like, oh, I love your food. He's kissing me and everything and all this stuff. And he's like, and I'm like, oh, what? It was fucking funny. And they're all like happy, so fucking happy, like you cannot believe it. And so everybody's real quiet, and they go, Rich, you gotta go on stage and say something. So I'm up there with Hare Krishna and the fucking Christ. I can't even believe this day, man. I'm up there with Christ, and Hare Krishna's talking. I go, and I'm awake in my bed watching this. I go, Christ. I go, Christ. I hit him like that. And I go, he bends down, he goes, what's the matter? And he goes, what's the matter? And I go, I gotta go poop. And he goes, well, when you gotta poop, you gotta poop. So go poop. I'm like, okay. So I get up out of bed, and I'm still like a 12-year-old kid in my heart, right? But I get up my head, and I'm walking to the bathroom, and I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? Is this real? So I sit down on the toilet, and I go, I can't see anything anymore. It's all gone, right? And I go, but I can hear stuff. And all of a sudden I go, well, maybe if I bring in Christ, I can see what's going on, right? So I bring in Christ. I bring in Christ in my back. I bring him in. And Christ is right in me. And I'm right there again, sitting on the toilet. And all of a sudden I go, hey, Christ, I can see him now. That's what I said to him. I go, I can see him now. I'm here again. And Christ goes, my wife goes, Jesus Christ, Richard, put your pants on. And Christ goes, Rich, there's nothing I can do for you. You have to put your pants on or stand up or hurry up and poop and get. The whole place busts out laughing. And all the Hare Krishnas started laughing. They started laughing and they all jumped up and started throwing confetti and stuff. And I'm sitting there sitting on the toilet on stage with Christ, Hare Krishna, and Christ. And I'm sitting on the toilet going, wow, with my fucking Doritos. And the Krishnas were out there. As soon as I brought Christ into me, everybody saw me sitting there on the toilet. The whole place went fucking bananas. And they all started cheering and clapping. The Christians that were in the pews, they got up and started going, the Krishnas were all dancing. I'm up here on stage with Krishna, Christ, and some other people. My wife, just I look over at her and she's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then Chris goes, kick me out. He's yelling at my ear, he's going, push me out of you, right? And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I pushed me out and I'm like, I'm embarrassed, I'm sweating. I'm embarrassed as hell. And then, fucking Christ. Then, what happened then? I go, man, they're celebrating, eh? And he goes, yeah, they're celebrating because they just saw you sitting on the stage having a poop. I'm getting a cold. And I'm like, they saw me? And he goes, the whole fucking town saw you. And I'm like, oh. And he goes, I'm sorry, but I got to tell you something else. I go, what? He goes, it's in the news. I go, it's in the news, and I go, yep. Oh, man, oh, Jesus Christ. I go, can't you? He goes, nope. And I'm like, I was good with it. I'm like, whatever. Everybody's having a good time. It was a little embarrassing, but, whatever. So, there you go. On stage with Christ, Hare Krishna's having a poop on my award show. And the news got it all in St. Lucian. So the whole thing was about all the crap that Christ put me through. Remember, I had to go from Christendom back to St. Lucian to finish up. Well, that's what I had to do. That was the big finish up. And it was him, it was Christ kicking my ass. And the last test was the one today where he abused me a little bit. Wasn't bad. And I left to the moon because I wanted to sleep. And then he portrayed that he abused me and he was under arrest, so they put on this show. He goes, just tell the truth, Rich. And I'm like, well, Christ does what he always does. Not a lot I can do about it. I don't claim to understand it. But I'm good with it. Something like that. And they go, yeah. Anyway, guys. I don't want to edit this if I don't have to. But that, the one you just saw pass right here, was dust. Anyway. There you go. I met Hare Krishna. The real one. The one. I'm getting a vibe off him now. And I think he was just like a Christ. But he had his own little group. And he lives in Christ consciousness. Sort of like Buddha. You know, sort of like that. Awesome stuff, man. Learning a lot. So now I think maybe I can go to Christendom and get some sleep. So when I go to sleep at night, I can go sing Lucian and have all the fun I want. But it's hard to get to sleep and sing Lucian. I'm glad it's over though. Holy shit. Them lessons and everything were starting to bug me out. I had a whole week every time I hit the pillow. It was going nowhere good. I got a cold from it. Always at odds with Christ. I'm always at odds with Christ. But in the end, I give up. And all that duality and crap and those fucked up weather I got. I'm just starting to get a cold. I hope not. Anyway. Later, guys. There's one for the record books.